Caleb Lillette.
And Rob Knight.
And my name is Jerica, and I'm just here to interview them about their experiences in education and the workforce. So, Caleb, we'll start with you.
Should I share a bit about myself?
Yeah.
So, I'm Caleb Lillette, I'm 15. I'm currently a student at Palm Beach Central High School. I'm going into the 10th grade. And yeah, but my experience in the education system, it's been kind of rough. I remember before I moved to where I live now, just Wellington, I lived in Delray, and the elementary school I went to was Banyan Creek Elementary, and they just did not have support for me at all because I have autism, and they didn't have any support for me and my needs at all. If anything, they actually thought I had a behavior problem, so they put me in a behavior class, and that's not what I needed at all. It didn't really benefit me. So I remember my family moved to Wellington. I found a school that I thought would help, and it did a little bit, but I had an incident at that school, and they ended up Baker acting me when I was only 9, 3rd grade. They Baker acted me. So that wasn't a very good experience. Again, it didn't really benefit me. It was actually made things a lot worse. And I had to move schools. At that point, I've been in 5 schools already. So I would be moving to my 5th school. And so when I moved to the school, it was Forest Hill Elementary. I remember that calmed things down a little bit. And then in middle school, 7th grade, apparently nobody knew about my autism and my behaviors, my IEP. So I got into trouble. I remember I assaulted somebody, and they were going to press charges on me for assault. But the school stopped them, and my mom had to remind them, or inform them that I had an IEP and a behavior plan. So that's what kind of stopped them from pressing charges on me. And yeah, ever since then, I've learned a lot. A lot of the mistakes I made were from my learning days, but I've learned a lot. I'm still learning, and I would say everything is good now. I can't really put it into words, but it's good now. So.
And tell us some of your hobbies.
I'm mainly practicing my music. I'm in the marching band. I'm in my school's marching band. I play bass drum. So a lot of times I'm practicing music and studying my music. Yeah.
And what do you think? What's one thing you think you are wishing or you wish people know about you?
That because a lot of times I feel like some people are scared of me and weirded out by me. I've been told many times that I am weird, but I feel like everybody's weird in their own way. So one of the things, I don't hide myself. If I'm weird, I fully embrace that. And some people don't like that, but that's just how I am. That's just how I'm going to be. So yeah.
And what do you think some of your teachers, what's something you could have learned or done differently to help you?
Something my teacher could have done?
In the moments where you were going through?
I feel like if they opened their minds a little bit to what was going on, because I felt like they went in with a closed idea, okay, yeah, he's a bad kid, he has to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if they actually looked into it more, I feel like the situation could have been a whole lot different.
Right.
So, yeah.
I appreciate that. And what about you, Robert? Tell us your experiences.
Well, I'll start with that story as I Caleb did. My name is Rob, as I mentioned. I'm originally from Newark, New Jersey, if you can believe it from my voice. To give a little more backstory about who I am. As I said, I was in New York for the first, I would say, 7 years of my life. Then I went to my mom's hometown of Cliftonwood. Then we moved to Florida, coming into my 4th grade year. This is 1988. Going into school, coming from the north, going into the south, was literally night and day. Because the way they treated me up there was nowhere near the way they treated me down here. They took one look at, I'm a big black kid, and they automatically think I'm either a threat or something's wrong with me. That wasn't really there. I went through this from grade school, coming up to high school. High school was a little more understanding, but after I graduated, that's when reality, as I say, really hit. As was mentioned in our breakout session, I had trouble, not finding a job, but keeping it. Not because of my ability, but because of perception. As I mentioned, they take a look at me and they put me in this box, it must be a threat, or something must be wrong with him. Never mind that I'm a good worker, never mind that I contribute something to that company. And housing was just as bad, because either the neighbors don't understand me, or they don't bother to talk to me, because again, it goes back to that box. They see a black man and automatically think, oh, he's the bad guy, I had to go through that from my 20s to now. But I found other ways that I can, contribute. I discovered music when I was in my mid-20s. To be more specific, be a recording artist. And in my 30s, I discovered I could get into voice acting as well. But before any of that, even when I was a kid, and even now, I was into comic books and things like that. I wanted to work for, if not a major comic book company, an independent one. So I was always drawing, I was always creating stories. That was my thing. My thing was like writing and prose, things like that. But knowing that nowadays there are more avenues than that to gain employment and gain independence. If I had known now what I do, if I knew then what I know now, I would have gone after those opportunities. The work of my mom encouraging me to access those opportunities and being interested in that opportunities. Who knows what I might have done? I would have given into that box. And I just want to share my story a little bit, to see if there's anyone out there who are in my situation especially, or something similar to that.
So, what are some of the things if your younger self, or when you're talking to someone, like Caleb, what advice would you give them?
I'll give him the same advice I gave him before this. Don't lie to yourself. Don't look at your disability as what it is. Look at it more from, getting back to my nerdiness, I'm a bit of a comic nerd. Look at it as you're one of the X-Men. Like, if you remember the story with XG and all that entails, if you think about it, it's kind of like what we all have our different gifts and abilities, but we're looked at because we're looked at as a threat because we're different. And they want us to be quote unquote normal. But in reality, what is normal? You know what I mean? We're all unique in our own way. So I believe the moment we erase what normal actually is, the better off our society will be.
Well, I really appreciate that.
If I had known now what I do, if I knew then